Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashivasamarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktim Chatatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Sishyam Sri Shankaracharya Matasya Padma Padam Chahastamalakam Chashishyam Tam Todakam Vartikakara Manyan Asmad Gurun Santatamanatosmi Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. We'll read from this 254. These are all called Dhyana Shlokaha, aids for meditation together. Jati niti kula gotra duragam Nama rupa guna dosha varjitam Desha kala vishayadi vartiyat Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Yat param sakala bhaga gocharam Gocharam Vimala Bodha Chakshusha Shrutta Chidgana Manadi Vastu Yad Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani Shadbirurmi Virabhogi Yogi Hrid Bhavitam Nakaranair Vibhavitam Buddhya Vedyamanavadyamasti Yat Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani Branti Kalpita Jagat Kalashrayam Swashrayam Sadasat Vilakshanam Nishkalam Nirupamana Vadhiyat Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani Janma Vritti Parinatya Pakshaya Vyadinashana Vihinamavyayam Vishwasrishyava Vigada Karanam Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani हस्तभेदमनपास्तलक्षणं निस्तरङ्गजलराशिनिश्चलं नित्यमुक्तमविभक्तमूर्ति यत् ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि एकमेव सदनेककारणं कारणान्तरनिरासकारणं कार्यकारणविलक्षणं स्वयं ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि निर्विकल्पकमनल्पमक्षरम् यक्षराक्षरविलक्षणं परं नित्यमव्ययसुखं निरञ्जनं ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि. These are all called verses for meditation. Those who have understood the concepts very clearly, for these are all reminders. For those who do not know, it's just chanting like any other chanting. Many people do the Vishnu Sahasranama chanting or Lalita Sahasranama, but they don't know the meaning. But when the meaning is known, then it will surely bring the mind to focus on the Brahman and also the nature of the self connected to, associated, one with Brahman. That's why I say Brahma Tattvam Asi Iti Bhavaya. So we saw in the 261 here, various pointers are given. Nirvikalpakam, Analpam, Aksharam, Yat, Shara Akshara Vilakshanam Param, Nityam, Avyayam, Avyayasukam, Niranjanam, Brahma Tattvamasi. Continuing here in the verse number 262. Yat vibhadi sadanekada brahmat
Vibhati sadane kada brahma
nama rupa guna vikriyatmana
Nama rupa guna vikriyatmana
hemavat swayama vikriyam sada
Hemavat swayama vikriyam sada
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani
Yat vibhadi sadanekada brahmat Nama rupa guna vikriyatmana Hemavat swayama vikriyam sada Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Gold is one, ornaments are many. Mud is one, pots are many. The manyness, anekada, manyness does not change the gold at all. So many different ornaments, but the gold is the same. So many different pots, but mud is the same. So therefore, yat vibhati, it appears, sat, one only, anekadha iti, as many. Why and I? What is the reason? Brahmat. Due to we giving importance to nama and rupa. Name and form is what makes the gold appear differently. One is bangle, another is ring, another is anklet. As far as the gold is concerned, there is nothing but one. Sad anekata iti vibhati. Kyun? Brahmat. So the standpoint of Vedanta is there is only one. If only we remove nama and rupa out of our mind, nama rupa vikriyatmana brahmat. Nama rupa vikriyatmana anekata bhadi. What makes the anekatvam is nama, rupa and kriya. Kriya, vikriya. Here vikriya should be understood as the changes, the qualities. So the Manyness is due to the appearance of it, one appearing as different from each other. In Bhagavad Gita also, many places Bhagavan would point out the one, but at the same time accept the manyness, because we are living in the transactional world, perceiving only manyness. The manyness is not real, and the problem is that when we take the manyness as real, you have to accept Jagat as Satyam. Nama Satyam, Rupa Satyam Chet, Jagat Satyam. So, when we recognize that these Nama, Rupa, Kriya, etc. are not real, then only we can attempt even to look at the one. As Gurudev Rai said, ordinarily we do not perceive the objects, we only look at them. What do you mean we look at them? At best, we only see the what is projected by our minds. We fail to perceive the truth through an alert spiritual perception alone is truth revealed to us, and not by seeing. That is but an illusion. If you only go by what the eyes report, obviously it will keep giving you only illusion. In Tamil, there was a song a long time back. It is a different context. Kannai nambade. Don't believe in your eyes. Unnai ஏமாற்றும் நீ காணும் தோற்றம். I think many of the Tamil guys will know. Jagan, you know. That song, you know. Right? It's a movie song. Of course, some of the movie songs are very philosophical. Don't believe in your eyes. Hindi mein hai kuch. It's a philosophy. Unmai veranadu. Because it's a real truth is different. What you see in the eyes or through the eyes is not the truth. And of course, it's a different context where the person appears to be somebody else. Story is different. But what you're seeing is not the truth. That will fool you. So sometimes philosophical ideas are put in the form of story and then put in. Anyway, so what we see through the eyes, we cannot take it for granted as true. Like a magician shows something and you see it. And if you only believe in what is shown without enquiry, without thinking about it, you'll be fooled. As much as the mirage water. To take it only that ice, what is reporting is true. If there is no water. When you inquire, go and see, is it there a truth? Vicharahinaha bandhaha. Baddhaha is who is in bondage, vicharahinaha, one who doesn't think. So here also, yat vibhadi sat, sad anekata brahmat vibhadi. Anekata means what? Nama, Rupa, Guna, Vikriyatmana, Bhadi. It is as though having Nama, Rupa, Guna, Vikriya. And like a given example, Hemavat, like gold. Swayam avikriyam sada. By itself, gold never changes. Even it is beaten up, etc., to make a particular ornament. According to the need of the customer, the gold is shaped that way. Hemavat swayam avikriyam sada. Brahma tat tvam as. That Brahman, avikriya paramatma, namarupa guna varjita paramatma, tat tvam asi iti bhavaya. So even as the body undergoes the changes, obviously physical body gets old. And our mind changes, everything changes around us, people change around us. And so once I was there with Gurudev, a long time back when I was in the Yoga Kendra. and I was next to him, handing fruits to him in his hand. And as soon as they got the fruits, etc. from Gurudev, they went behind to take picture. And Swamiji was giving, and I was sitting next to him. And he gave, and people went. He noticed that, but he didn't say anything. Because the photographer there was taking. There, those times, the digital was not there. So one picture only they take, right? Because it's tick, click. It was going on. He slowly looked at me and said, I am Brahman. Everything else changes. The moments which I cannot forget. I am Brahman. Everything else around me changes. What's that? So, Nama Rupa Guna Vikriyatmana Bhati. While gold by itself is unchanging. So, Brahma Tattvamasi iti bhavaya. To think about it as you, the one which does not change at all at any time. That's why here, yata ekam hema suvarnam kataka kundala adi anekatmana vibhati. As the pendant or the ear rings, ear also ring nowadays, big ring. Vibhati swayam eka rupam karaka vyapara matrena, according to the person who beats it up and changes. Evam yat sat brahma swayam sada avikriyam brahmat, due to illusion, nama rupa guna vikriyatmana anekata vibhati tad brahma tat tvam asi iti bhavaya. That you understand as you avikriya atma nama rupa guna rahita atma aham. आपका नाम क्या है? If somebody asks, Brahman. पहले क्या है? पहले भी ब्रह्मन था, अभी भी ब्रह्मन, and in the future also Brahmeva aham bhavishyami. So Rupa will change, form will change, and our actions will change, body changes. So now continuing here. Yachakasya anaparam parat param
Yachakasya naparam paraparam
pratyakekara samatma lakshanam
pratyakekara samatma lakshanam
satyachit sukhamanantamavvyayam
satyachit sukhamanantam avyayam
brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani
brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani
yachakastyana param parat param pratyakekara samatma lakshanam satyachit sukhamanantamavvyayam brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Gurudev writes how our mind continues to pollute our perception. In his commentary, he says, thus when we look at the flower, we only see it. We never perceive, aha, this flower, wonderful, it is called, it is in color, it has a fragrance like, I saw it first at the Fiji Islands. There, of course, it is much bigger. This is a smaller one, etc., etc. Now that you have you seen the flower? Your mind has started to travel all over the place. See, perception of a thing does not take place in reality. It is only mental preoccupation with respect to the object takes place. And then suddenly you will say, I like this flower, I don't like this flower, I want that flower, I don't want the flower, I want that flower to be somewhere else, I hope it is. All mind has started to travel. Persons like J. Krishnamurti and all, they, without bringing religion into this picture, I remember one of his talks, he doesn't give actually talks, but he converses. He was talking to school students and he was just Oh, there was a window, and there was, through the window, he was looking at, showing some mountains. He says to one boy and the girl, look at the mountain. So they both looked at it. What thought you have in your mind? It's very nice. Stop it. Just look at it. So that boy and the girl, they were quite confused. Oh, okay, we are looking at it. What thought is in your mind? No, you can't say it's beautiful. Right? It's far away. Stop that. Look at it. So he went on and on and on until they became quiet looking at it. So he was like that, the way he would approach. I distinctly remember that particular YouTube where that's the one conversation with the kids. He explains that we never look things as they are. If we are able to look at an object without bringing any other associated thoughts to that, we are actually looking at Brahman only. Because it exists. That's what you are looking at. But our habit, the way we have trained our mind, or the mind has trained us, either way, we run with our thoughts which are memory or desire or future ambitions. Even when you look at a person, we don't look at that person. We immediately put raga dvesha onto that. Yesterday he did this. She did not do that yesterday. He did not smile at me. All sort of unwanted thoughts come and then pollute this present moment. So we never live in the present moment. We always live in our thought moments. So the meditation is what? The training the mind, whether your eyes open or eyes closed, make your mind not just travel with the mind and its habitual engagement, which is called Brahma. Brahmana means what? Just roaming around. Brahmate. So the mind, which has the habit of associating a perception with many thoughts, negative, positive, whatever you call it as, keep occupying us. And that during the transactional moments when we are with the world, that's how it happens. And then such a mind which has been habituated that way cannot be made quiet in meditation, because it will continue that way. And then many people say, oh, Swamiji, I can't tolerate my mind. Why? Because it is going all over the place. Because you never trained it. So keeping the mind without having any associated thoughts with just the perception of that object as an existence, that existence of the object is no different than my own existence. And this existence which I enjoy as me is the same existence I see there. That oneness has to be created. That one presence alone is appearing as me and what I perceive. Kshetram abhi me and kshetrajna abhi. There is no duality here. So, that's why Gurudev says, names, forms, qualities and activities are all the blabbering of the mind. Therefore, mind less. Not mindless. Mind less. Less of the mind. Mind less seeing is perception of the truth. Mind full perception is what? Of the truth is the world. Mind less perception is Brahman. Mind full perception is the world. Here, don't consider it mindful. That's what the Buddhism would talk about. Mindfulness. But do not keep the mind full. So we have the new definition of mindfulness. Actually, mindfulness is wrong. Mindlessness is correct. So in other in the usual use as what you call usage is what? Don't be mindless, be mindful. Vedanta would say, no, the other way around. Don't be mindful, be mindless. Good topic for me next time. Mindless to mindful. Yeah, mindless. I think I have somewhere.
It's actually mind zero.
Mindful
Huh?
It's mind zero because less means there
No,
is
we
still
should
some
not
mind.
say
No mind, hyphen less, no mind. Mindless,
without
no mind, without the mind. Anyway, so Gurudev writes here, it's not that somebody, I can quote this is Vivekachoodamani page number 2324, old edition. That's there in that. So then if it were to perceive the world outside without any attempt at verbalization, without any blabbering of the mind, what we would see is Brahman alone. So it's here again, seeing is not seeing to be understood. What we would come to comprehend is presence of Brahman within and without when the Nama Rupa is removed. Like if you see an ornament and understand it is gold, look at the gold, don't look at the ornament. Amiji, how will we choose then? We go to a necklace shop, our neck gets a pain because there are so many things to see. So many designs, Swamiji, beautiful designs. Look at gold and not the ornaments. Anyway, so Hemavat. Next verse they say yet chakasti anaparam. Chakasti means shines. Yet chakasti anaparam. Aparam means other. Anaparam, without any otherness. Na vidyade param karyam yasya vastu bhuta karya shunyam. Anaparam means that which does not have any otherness. As Bhagavan says, matta para adaram na anyat kinchit asti. Other than me, there is nothing else. How many times he has to say that? Arjun, other than me, there is nothing else. What are you looking at? And he demonstrates that also. Everything that you see is me. Vasudeva Sarvam. Right? Parat yachakasti anaparam parat param. Parat means hiranyagarbhadapi param. Yada sarvakarya karanat ajnanat param. Sarvakarya karanat param. Sarvakarya karana is Maya or Ajnana. Ajnanat param. So parat param means Ajnanat param. Greater than Ajnana. Meaning even Ajnan can be known only with this. So Aksharat parada paraha said in Shruti. And also it is said Na sa eva sa etasma jivaganat parat param purishayam purusham ikshate. Various places it has been pointed out. Parashabdena hiranyagarbhopi krihitum shakyate. Pratyak and then pratyak egarasam jiva abinnam sarvantaram. It is pratyak means antaram, within of all the jivas. Abinnam jivat. Then it is non-different from the jiva. And then there's a beautiful definition for Atman. You should note this. Yachapnoti yada datte yachasti vishayaniha yachasya sangato yachasya santato bhavaha tasmad atma prakirtitaha. This is the beautiful definition for Atma. Yacha apnoti, that which brings. Adatte, that which takes everything. Yachati vishayaniha, that which is eating all the objects. Meaning, it is that which perceives everything, consumes everything, which it takes, which it grabs, which it takes all the Vishayas to itself. Echa asya santataha bhavaha. Asya bhavaha santataha. It's always eternal, all pervading. Tat tasmat atma. That is what is called Atman. So, prakirtitaha. Iti ukta atma lakshmanoyam. Lakshmana upedam. Satyachit sukam anantam aparichinnam avyayam nityam brahma tattvamasi iti bhavaya. Ichakasti, that which is shining, anaparam, without anything other than itself, paratparam, greater than the greatest, pratyak, within, ekarasam, of one nature only, atman, bhatyarekarasam, atmanam, atmalakshanam, the nature of atman, echapnoti, yadadatte, echati vishayaniha, echasya santato bhavaha, tasmat atmeti prakirtitaha. That nature of that, atma, tatsmat atma prakirtitaha. Then, satya chit sukham, which is known as Satchidananda. Anantam avyayam, which is endless and imperishable. Brahma tattvamasi bhavaya. This way you meditate upon. So this is what is given here as the 10 verses on the meditation. 10 verses starting from 254 to 263. Gurudev says these 10 verses, every student should know, memorize it, and if not memorize, keep it in a printed form, read it, reflect on the words and understand the depth and the correlation and the way it has been presented. That one should keep it as a daily meditation. I mean, when you daily chant, it will become yours after some time. It's nothing magical about it. What you keep remembering, it will obviously become a part of your memory. So having said this, as a conclusion to this point, in verse number 264, Uktamartamimamaatmani swayam
Uktamarthamimamaatmani swayam
bhavayet pratita yuktibirdiya
bhavayet pratita yuktivirdiya
samshayadirahitam karambuvat
samshayadirahitam karambuvat
tena tatvanigamo bhavishyati.
tena tatvanigamo bhavishyati.
Uktamartamimamaatmani swayam bhavayet, right? Bhavayet pratita yuktibirdiya samshayadirahitam karambuvat tena tatvanigamo bhavishyati. Because in the Bhavaya, in the Bhashya portion, it is written Bhavaya. Gurudev's in CCMT Bhavayet, which is correct. Bhavayet, may you meditate on. Bhavaya is more like a command, saying that do it. May it be, or it should be done this way. So, Swayam Bhavaya Pratita Yukti Bhirdhiya or Bhavayet. It's like, Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet. Dhyayet. Right? What does that mean? Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet. Sarva Vikno Pashantaye Dhyayet. May you meditate on. So that similarly there it is, may it be meditated upon, bhavayet. Interestingly, there is no mention of Ganesha at all there. Shukla Ambara, Vishnu. Vishnu, there's very clearly it says Shukla Ambaradaram Vishnu. Where is Ganesha there? But that's usually we consider that as a mantra for Ganesha. But Ganesha wears also red only, not white. But it's interesting that we associate with Ganesha. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam. I mean, of course, that is also because of Krishna is not, or Vishnu is not Shashivarna. So that's why they can justify it. Shashivarnam, Chadurbhujam. Hey, Chadurbhujam kaun hai? Usually it is Vishnu. Prasanna Vadanam, of course, it belongs to anybody else. Jaya, Sarva Vignopashantaye. That is the point. So, Vignopashantaye, Tasmad Vigneshwara. Anyway. So, here, Dhyayet or Bhavayet. Imam Uktamartam. Imam this. Uktam, what is spoken? Artham. The meaning or the purpose or the what is indicated by these verses, 10 verses, Imam Atmani Swayam Bhavet. In yourself, Atmani, Manasi, Buddhau, Bhavayet. May you meditate on. And how, see, interesting point is that we all know Shravanat, by the listening, Ajnada vastu vishayam jnatam bhavati. What is unknown to us becomes familiar. About Brahman we do not know until we come to do the Shravana. Shravana margena or Shravana, yes, a sadhana, Shravana sadhanena. What happens to us? Ajnada vishayam, Brahma vishayam jnatam bhavati. So, Vishaya Jnanam Sambhavati. So, knowledge about Brahman, which is otherwise unknown, can become known. Because that's not a subject matter of any other, in a school or university, anywhere else. So, only specifically when you go to Gurukula or go to Satsanga, one comes to know the existence of Brahman. Otherwise, it is not subject matter of anything else. Shravanadanantaram. When one does the Shravana with trust on the teacher, Shraddha on the Shastra, etc. What is Shastra Shraddha? Shastra Shraddha is using the yukti of the Shastra to overcome the so-called logical apprehensions. Our logic sometimes will come on the way. That I am the body, I have been thinking that I am the body, but the Vedanta says I am not the body, it's a logical contradiction. Right? So, Mananam is, that's why the next verse he says, next line he says, Pradita Yukti Bihi. Well-known logic must be used. So, in the Dhyanam stage, at the state of meditation, you should not have doubt. Doubt should be cleared only in the Mananam stage itself. First of all, you cannot have a doubt about a subject you don't know. I have a doubt about what? That I don't know. About what you don't know, you don't know. So, when Shravanam takes place, you are introduced to a subject. About that subject, you have a doubt. You look at Arjun, Arjuna had a no doubt about Brahman. Obviously, he did not have a doubt about Brahman. But when did he have start doubting what is Brahman, etc.? All those questions that raised in his mind are because after listening to Krishna. Because earlier question was different. I am about deluded about Dharma. Later on, if you look at his questions, it's about Brahman, it's about, oh, my mind is never unsettled and how can I be established in yoga? And all that questions. So, yukti of the Shruti. Shrudimadas tarkonu sandhiyatam. In Veda, in the Sadhana Panchakam itself, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, follow the logic provided by the Shruti. So here, pratita yukti bihi diya bhavayet. With the logic provided by the Shruti, with your intellect, here the emphasis is on buddhi. Gurudev writes it very clearly here. Recognized arguments, pratita yukti has been used here. Why? Thoughtfully feel within yourself and experience with an intellect that has been trained to argue and discuss in the line of the great scriptures. Well known, pratita. See, if anyone is studying any subject, let us say I am an engineering student. There are certain formulas which are already been proven for me to use. Right? And I use those formulas to understand certain theories, certain theorems. And that may not be the subject matter of a doctor, someone who's studying medicine, or somebody who's studying some other subject matter. So every subject matter, every particular field of science has got certain methodology of thinking. As Gurudev writes, every science has its own technique of analysis, and a student of that science alone knows how to analyze the theme. If you go to an architect and ask him to design something, the way he would do it is based upon his methodology of how to design a place. I mean, a person who does not know architecture goes and designs, it will become a disaster there. Because he doesn't know what. If you go to a structural engineer, he knows which will take the weight and which will not take, which structure or which dimension or which model can take the weight of the building. You and I cannot know that. How much is required for such a room of this size? What is the strength of the beam and how it should be placed and which angle it should be placed? All that. So every system has got, and is similar to medicine. Which medicine I should give? This fellow has already a condition, precondition. If I give this, it will exaggerate it. You should understand that what medicine will work for this person. I cannot just go and off the shelf. I cannot take it from and give it to him. So every science has got. So similarly, to understand Brahman, there are certain yuktis are given. That is why Shastra study is important, because on our own, when we start doing it, at some point of time, we will find a wall right in front of you. Cannot go further. Where do I go from here? It's a huge wall standing in front of me, because you didn't use the correct technique. So that is why Gurudev says here, Yukti bihi, as Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Yukti bihi diya bhavayet. And what should result in? Samshayadi rahitam. Where there cannot be any more doubt. When you are sitting for meditation, it should be completely doubtless. Then only you can go further. If at that point, when you sit for meditation, really is there Brahman? You will get up immediately. Because what is the point in sitting and doing when you have a doubt about it? When you go to a temple and then the arati is going on, is there really a God there? Then what bhava you will get it there. That's what happens to the teenagers and others, right? Those who do not believe in that. And when you do arati, so reluctantly he will do, because he doesn't have any love or emotion or bhava on what is going on there. So when you are offering milk to Bhagavan Shiva, idea is that whatever I can offer, everything that I have got is from Bhagavan. I'm only giving him a very minuscule of what he has given me, and I'm expressing my gratitude for what he has given. See, if I'm rich, I may probably put one whole and to 10 cans of milk. If I'm not that rich, then probably one bowl of it. So if I am capable of giving maximum, I'll give maximum. It is his or her feeling for the Lord of gratitude. You should not do a question that, I am giving only both. Why are you giving 10? He can, and his bhava is that much. See, if you are giving a birthday gift to your child, whereas your neighborhood person also giving to the child, will it not be different? Yes or no? For your child, how much you can give, limitless. How much the neighbor would give? To your child, not his child, your child. I mean, it is not his child, therefore it is get some, maybe Walmart card, $10. Right? So can you say, why you don't have love? I have love for my child, not for this one. So, like the father has for the child limitless love, so too a bhakta has limitless love for the Lord. Whatever he gives, it is insufficient. He feels insufficient. This is not enough. That bhava should come. Similarly, when one sits for meditation, upon understanding Brahman without any doubt, that is me. To be with you as Brahman, there should not be any doubt. That is what is to be recognized here. Samshayadi rahitam. The ultimate point is what? There should be absolutely no doubt that you are Brahman. Until that point, Mananam should be completed. And there should be any doubt, any kind of ambiguity will stop you in meditation. You cannot go further. And then we will ask the question, so how long should I meditate? That only shows you don't get in. Right? Did you ever ask, how long should I eat in this life? You ask that question. Because it is you. You don't ask the question. How much I should give it my child? You don't ask that question. If you have true love, you will give maximum, as much as you can. Similarly, here, samshayadi rahitam. So here he says samshayadi rahitam means what? Nissamshayam tena bhavanena karambuvat hastagata jalam yata nissamshayam. Like that of the water in your palm, and the open palm there is water. How clear it is. Kara tala amalagavat, or here it is said as karambuvat, kara ambuvat, like water in your hand. Samshayadi rahitam. So, nirmala antakkaranena Atmani buddhau swayam bhavaya tena bhavanena karambuvat hastagata jalam yata nissamshayam spashtam grihyate evam tattva nigamaha tattva nirnayaha samshayadi rahitam yata tata bhavishyati rahitapadasya rahityam arthaha samshayadi idi viparyayaha adipadena grihyate asambhavanacha. Viparita buddhi is contradiction. Viparita buddhi means vasana krita viparita buddhi. Because of our existing vasanas, even when we sit for meditation, our first few minutes are okay. Afterwards, after meditation, what am I going to do? Because vasanas have started. I'll have to do this today, and after that I have to do that. After that I have to go there. After that I have to do this. So these existing vasanas have started to take you away. This is called viparita bhavana. Distractions. Asambhavana goes away in meditation, in the state of mananam. because it is impossibility. How can I be Brahman? That logic has to be used by the Yukti Panchakosha Viveka, Shariratraya Viveka, Avastatraya Viveka, Drigdrishya Viveka. These are all why you given to us. Use this logic to prove yourself that you are Brahman. Atmanatma Viveka. All these are all provided by Shastra only to make sure that you have absolutely no doubt using the logic provided by the Shastra. So Asambhavana goes away. Once Asambhavana goes away, by repeated assertion of yourself as Brahman, the Viparita Bhavana also will go away through purification through upasanas. And when the Asambhavana and also Samshayam, both are Viparita Bhavana, both are gone, that state is where used here as Samshaya Adi. Adi means Samshaya, etc. Samshayadi, from starting on means Samshaya, Asambhavana, Viparita Bhavana, all are gone. Then, Tena, by that, Karambuvat Tattva Nikamaha Bhavishyati. Tattva Nischayaha Bhavishyati. Asambhavana, Samshaya, Viparya Bhavananam, Rahityam, Yasmin Karmani Tatyada Bhavati, Tata Idi. Bhavishyati iti atra bhavana kriya visheshanasya viveshanam. Bhavanam here to be understood as bhavishyati, it becomes, it will become. What it will become, that is explained as where rahityam of what? Asambhavana, samshaya, viparyaya bhavananam. Impossibility, doubt and distraction. All these is removed. Then Karambuvat Satya Nigamaha or Tattva Nigamaha Bhavishyati. Swabodhamatram Parishuddha Tattvam
Swabodhamatram Parishuddha Tattvam
Vijñāya Sangye Dribhavaccha Sainye
Vijñāya Sangye Nripavaccha Sainye
Tadatmanevātmani sarvada stitaha.
Tadāshmayaivatmani sarvada stitaha.
Here it isn't. Tadashrayasvatmani sarvada stitaha.
Tadāshayasvatmani sarvada stitaha.
Vilabhaya brahmani rishya jatam.
Vilapaya brahmani vishvajatam.
Drishya jatam, vishvajatam. So there's a different pattern here. Yeah. What is first line? Swambodha matram, right? There one is Swabodha matram, other one is Swambodha matram. There also that change is there. Third line also there is, and fourth line also there. So it is said here, example is given first. Dribhavat, Sainye Dribhavat. Sainya means Sena. So like a king surrounded by his Sena, or a whole host of police officials in security surrounding the minister. In spite of that, they can even attack him. That is the point here. I don't know what security there. They can take the gun 500 yards away from him and shoot him. That is possible. Anyway, Nripavat, so like that of the king, Sainye Nripavat, like in the middle of the Sainya army, how the king is remaining distinct from them. In the same way, Sange Parishutta Tattvam Vijnaya. Sange means in the Sangha, in the assemblage of Deha, Prana, Mana, Buddhi, Ityadi. It's the Panchakosha Madhye or Chariratraya Madhye. Within this three Shariras or within this Panchakoshas, distinctly it remains. Like that of in the midst of the army and the officials, the king remains distinct. And Swambodhamatram Vijnaya. By knowing the nature of this knowledge of this Supreme Self, one should remain completely distinct from all of them, even though sitting there. See, this is to establish Jivan Abhimukti Sambhavati. It is not upon the destruction of the body, the moksha or mukti. Here, in the middle, Sanghe, in the middle of all that which is of the matter, nature of matter, Nripavat cha Sainye. So, when a person who is able to distinctly recognize the presence of the self by knowledge, tad ashrayaha swatmani sarvada stitaha. Atmanishta, where a person taking the shelter of tad ashrayaha, tad means tasmin ashrayaha, swatmani, in one's own self, sarvada stitaha. Vilapaya. Such a person should merge. Vilapaya. It is an instruction here. What is saying that may one such a person, Sitaha Purushaha, Sitaha Yogi, Vilapaya, may Vilapayet, should be understood as Vilapayet. What? He should merge Brahmani Vishwajatam Vilapaya. Entire world should be merged into the self. Vilapaya is a causal form. Laya, Laya means to merge. Lapaya, when you say, may you merge it. Layam gacchati vilapayati. Layati vilapayati. Lapayati means to make it merge. So that way here, merge the universe into Brahman. Ever established in your own self, merge yourself. Merge your world into the Brahman. So what does it mean? So here, Swam, Swabodhamat, Bahu Yoga Ghatite Sainye, Chatradi Jihvena Nirupamiva Chinnena. Like in the middle of the army, the king is distinctly known by his symbol, the flag that he keeps. Chatradi Chinnena, Nirupamiva Sange, in this body, mind, etc., Sharira Indriya Prana Ahankara Rupa Karya Karana Sangade. In this assemblage of body, senses, prana, ego, form, cause and effect, Parishuddha Tattvam, Parishuddham Tattvam Yadatmyam Yasyasa Parishuddha Sattvaha Tam Swam Atmanam Bodhamatram. So by understanding what? Sarvatra Avabhasaka Jnana Matram Drishya Sambandha Rahitam. Because Shuddha here is used as Parishuddha Tattva means without having any association with what is perceived as object. From Drishya Sambandha Rahitam Vijnaya Vivekena Anubhuya Tad Atmana Eva Jnanatmana Eva Sarvada Atmanistitaha Swarupanishtaha Brahmani Drishyajadam Vilapaya. So having established oneself in that Brahman, all the world, everything should be completely made into, merge into Brahman. How it is to be done, that is beautifully given here. Quoting the Upanishad, पृथिव्यप्सु पयो वक्नौ वह्निः वायौ नभस्यसौ नभो अपि अव्याकृते तच्च शुद्धं शुद्धोऽस्म्यहं हरिः. It's beautifully given how the merger takes place. Earth should merge in the water. Water merges into the fire. Fire merging into air. Air merging into space. Space merging into Avyakrita, that is Prakriti. Prakriti merges into Brahman. And that Brahman I am. This is to be thought of, how that takes place. Because it is merging into the cause. Everything merging into the ultimate cause. Because from where it has came from, it goes back. So from Brahman, the Maya. From Maya, then the space is the first expression. From space, air, air to fire, fire to water, water to earth. No, fire before that. Space, space to air, air to water, air to fire, fire to water, water to earth. Go back. That is called Laya. So according to Vedanta, the Laya takes place in this. In our body also, Brahman is always there, that won't merge anywhere. In the case of a Mahatma who realizes the self, his Brahma Tattvam remains. That's why it's called Brahma Leena. It is everything Leenam in Brahman. So Brahma Leena means one whose Brahma Tattvam remaining, everything else merged. In the case of ordinary person, because the vasanas are still there, except the Brahman, everything departs. Meaning, Brahman being everywhere, it cannot depart from. Meaning, depart means it doesn't merge. All the other tattvas like Avyakta, then Akasha tattva, Vayu tattva, Agni tattva, and Jala tattva and Prithvi tattva, in the subtle part of it, which is called Sukshma Sharira, will move. That is what is called rebirth. Whereas in the case of a Mahatma, there is no movement, because what makes them all move is the desire for the further experience. When the desire for the further experience is destroyed by knowledge, they do not have any more departure. Therefore, body, earth, physical body, earthly matter will merge in water, water to fire, fire to air, air to space, and the space to Avyakta, Avyakta merges in Brahman. So we'll see that in more in the next session. How? So that's why it says, iti iritya tattat rupadi sattvat upadeyanam sarva upadana vyatirekena asadbhavam minischitya sarvasya sarva upadana bodha brahmya vyatirekena abhavam nischunhi ityartha. We'll see how the merger really is not a physical merger. It is falsification of their existence. Falsification of their existence. We'll see that in the next session. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayaha sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.